Welcome everyone as I press in my Hambini bottom bracket into my CAD 12. So as you can see on the table here, these are the tools that I'm going to be using. Going from right to left, if you look here, this is the drift that Hambini supplies with the bottom bracket. And he also supplies this. I don't know what this is, or what you would call it. I mean, this is the receiver, so it receives the BB as it comes through. But the problem I have is my press toolbar is not long enough. So I'm going to have to use this at the beginning with the drift, and then the actual BB pressing in from this direction. And then I will have to use this BB30 drift, which will then go up against the outside of the frame. And then once I push it halfway into the frame, then I can use the receiver, if that's what it's called. I don't know what the technical name is. So that's what I will be using today. And this is just some general purpose grease to actually help the BB to press in and stop it seizing in there as well. As you can see here, the inside of the shell of the BB is completely clean. I spent a lot of time just making sure everything was off, all the dirt and grease and everything like that. And no cable guides or anything. There's absolutely nothing in there to stop it now. And that's something that you need to make sure of, obviously, when you're pressing these things in. So we are just about ready. Let's get to it. So the first thing I want to do is put some grease on the inside of the shell. Just around here, just to help it. And as we said, to protect it. Stop it from seizing, and when you want to remove it, it's still okay to take out. So there we are, there's that side. And this side. I want to make sure there's a decent amount there. Maybe a bit more on the other side. Okay. Here we go. That is beautiful, going in so well. Like I said in the other video the other day, don't be scared of these things. Right, and she's passed the first part, so she's gone in one side. So now I can take off the BB drift, the BB30 drift, and I want to put the receiver on. Obviously you need this, otherwise that will not be able to come out the other side. You'll be actually pressing against the bearings then. If Hambini, if you're watching, I didn't measure the holes like you advised, but I think because I had no problems with the other bearings that were seated inside the frame, I think the tolerances are pretty good on this. Okay, I want to make sure that's nicely and in line. And by the way, I'm not mechanically minded at all, so if I can do this, anybody can do it. You don't need to go to the store and do it. Right, there we are. She's there. She's home, finished, done. How easy was that? How easy was that? I can't believe how easy that was. What, that is beautiful, really beautiful. So, like I say, don't be scared of these things. That is a beautiful piece of engineering, and the fit is just superb. And now you can see on the top here that you've got enough room for your actual cable guide to go back in, and then the cables to go down, well, that way, isn't it? Oh, this way. So my rear derailleur cable can go that way, and then the other cable can come down this way. So I feel really happy with that. And then just all you need to do is pop the Delrin sleeve back on. And that is beautiful and precise as well. And both sides beautifully smooth. I mean, beautifully. That is amazing. And I don't have a feeler gauge or anything to see, you know, to test, but I can feel that is actually home all the way around. And so, beautiful, nice, lovely. Okay, so let's get the cranks. So now I've turned the bike around and the crank is going in from this side. Oh, lovely. Beautiful, nice. That is amazing, I can feel already. And I've already put grease on here. Maybe I can put a bit more on there. That's enough. Doesn't need too much. And then the left side crank arm. No, wrong. It will only fit one way, you will notice. And you need to make sure that it's on as far as it will go. Yeah. Otherwise, this little clip here, you can see it sticking up. If it isn't in properly, it won't go into the hole. And that has just clicked in, maybe you heard it. So that is perfectly now in the hole there. And then this is the preload nut for the crankset. I put grease on this already as well, and it only needs to be finger tight. But I have a tool here. It doesn't matter about the brand, any brand is fine. And just give it a little bit of a turn. I think that's enough. There's no play there, maybe a little bit more. No, I think that's enough actually. And then it's just a matter of tightening up the actual, the bolts on the side here. You've got 2 bolts for the crank arm. And Shimano recommend between 12 and 14 Newton meters. And really you need to tighten them up in sequence like this, not just all on one side and then the other. They recommend this way. Get that in there. So a few turns on one side, a few turns on the other. till you feel it biting. Yeah, that's biting now on that side, and the other side was as well. There we are. So torque wrench. Because Shimano recommend between 12 and 14 Newton meters, I usually set it about 13. I think that's what they are meaning when they say that. Okay, there's that one. And that one, just double check again. Yeah, she's home. This one, for some reason, is always harder to go in. There we are. All done. And that is beautifully smooth. I mean, beautiful. I'm telling you, this engineering is next level. And that is beautiful. Let me do a bit of a spin test for you. I'll turn it round. And the satisfaction that you get from doing these things, knowing that they are not really complex, is really nice. Look at that. That's hardly anything at all. These are steel bearings as well. They're not even ceramic. Look at that. That is beautiful. So here we are, guys. The bottom bracket is installed and the actual Dura Ace crank is on. And just as a bit of a bonus for the end of the video, I want to give it another spin test so you can see it. I put the front wheel in now and you can see how it spins. And Hambini, if you're watching, I want a thumbs up for this. Look at that. Smooth as silk. Absolutely amazing. They spin better, or this crankset with the BB spins better than the actual Seabear BB that I had before with ceramic bearings in it. This is just spectacular. I just can't stop spinning the thing. That is the best that this bike has ever been. And that's not a word of a lie. So yeah, well done Hambini for the BB. And well done to me for fitting it. I gotta take some credit. Anyway, guys, if you've got a bike that's creaking, I would definitely suggest that you look at his website and get one of these BBs for your own. And there we are. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.